Welcome everybody to another Voice of Nick show. We're doing more of our Aniara illustrations. We're currently working on filling out some of the shapes in this image of the robot scientist guy. And we are essentially right now not really going for the final texture or even the final colors, but rather just creating what shapes everything will be in, because we're going to do another pass where we actually put both the texture and color in at the same time. You'll see how that works later. But for now, let's keep going with this. So I want to add another ear. Yeah, that's kind of cool. So he's got the opposite colored ears. Oh, and we wanted to put hair on him. So actually we might get rid of that ear for now because the hair might screw that up. Let's see. Yeah, it won't read, the ear won't read if we don't keep it white, I guess. Okay, and okay, it's gonna have sort of this kind of a haircut. Maybe it'll be like kind of curved inwards a little bit too. Oops, not on the same layer. Made that mistake before. I feel like it's missing some element that I can't put my finger on yet. But we'll keep going. This is the kind of thing you don't want to labor over at the beginning. Okay, so now we got the body. Let's put all the head stuff into one thing. Apparently it already is. Good. The neck is going to stay exactly as it is, so I don't think that matters. Okay, so there's a couple things that I like in this reference picture I'm looking at. The guy's wearing like a tux. I just think that's a cool look for a robot. So we're gonna give him that. It's kind of off. All right. I would like to get rid of some of this, so hold on. We're gonna have to lose part of the body too on this. Good. Now, the circle, I kind of feel like this circle's, I know it's mathematically exactly the same size, but it just feels too small. I guess because of the perspective, even though we don't really utilize perspective in a picture like this, like an Art Deco picture. Whoops. I think that's getting better. I want to split the difference. Let's just rough in some kind of design for this. Is hard round good? Oh wait, we need to switch that. Why is it like, oh, the flow is all the way. Okay. The middle section of this bow tie is way too large, but we'll see if we hate it later. Oh, welcome Jinjin to the show. We are still working on our Aniara pictures here. And we could do this with a pen tool or something, but I think it's fine to just do it like this. Good. Uh, let's grab the color overlay from something and paste it onto every one of these individually. Oh, crap. And we'll decide which parts we want to be black or white. I think the shirt cuff equivalent should be white, this. Or maybe there's just a little white section there. The hands, I think I'm going to make metal, like a metal sheen. So this will give a color overlay of white. Oh, that's not right. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Okay. We'll grab a metal color. Hold on. Right. Now for this, we're not really being very organized with our layers, but I want to at least put stuff in the right order, I guess. Come on. There's so many markers that doesn't tell us which one is the right one. Or it could be cool if we did this as like a thing on the side, maybe. Yeah, that kind of works better, I think. How does a regular arm work? So if your arm is like this, yeah, I think this is better. It's implying that his arm, that the ball is, of the ball joint of his elbow is pointing in a different direction. So, okay, now we want to take the hand. Let's try and combine all the hand elements, which is 1, 2, 3. Let's duplicate and then this we're gonna merge, which I can't do with the drawing tablet. Okay, good. So if we turn that off, that's one thing for the hand. Now let's try messing with a color for it. Like a bluish, okay. So we don't want to, not exactly sure what I'm going to do for this, but let's just screw around. If we made this into, oops, into a clipping mask for this, that's not right. It should be right. I don't know, screw it. We're just going to do it the old-fashioned way. Actually, yeah, it wants to be the other direction. Oh, and that's what's going on. So we want to... How does this make sense? If we... cut out something like that. So let's just make that into a solid so that we can reference it later. Good. Pull that from this. Okay, so pretty much, yeah, except we just need to flesh out this a little bit. Yeah, it's pretty gnarly the way that I... Okay. I guess we have some gradients we could mess with. Oh, the color overlay is overriding it. This doesn't really matter because we're gonna, ultimately we're gonna do this ourselves, but it's nice to just see the effect that it's having. It's kind of nice. Yeah, that works. So he's gonna have these like sort of magnet looking hands. Maybe his you know, quote unquote skin color too should then be metal. And the white should just be for the other parts. Like the clothing areas. Let's try that. So, and that's the point of what we're doing here, is like we want to be experimenting now so that we can just kind of enact all the changes at once at the end. This is sort of a planning stage. Okay, I think this is actually going to have to do a color overlay for now, and we'll put the sheen on it later. But let's say, for example, that it's this gray. How do I delete this layer style? Not that. How do I just delete one layer style? Okay. One. nope, 2, 3. So this plus this plus maybe the white, the eye might still be white. No, yes. Don't love that. I do kind of like the gray nose, whatever you call this middle section, though. We'll screw with that later. For now, we're going to put away the head area and the whole body, actually. We're going to take this color overlay. We're going to apply all this to the right arm. For the hand, we'll figure that out later because I don't want to have to do all this again with the hand, but we get the idea. Maybe like what's going on here? Oh. So easy to accidentally select. You can see there's a tiny little selection there that I accidentally made. Yep, that looks good. And we're going to make the cufflink equivalent white. Good. I want to have a different color for his nose thing, but we'll do that later. So this looks good. Like a fancy robot. I like this guy. For the robot's like kind of general motorized concept where he's on this track, I was thinking that it would be inspired a little bit by the robot that they had in the movie Passengers, which I really liked. A lot of people didn't love that movie, but that movie itself was, you know, taking inspiration from The Shining, of course. But the robot design I thought was really good. Okay, so let's come up with some kind of color for this table. Oh yeah, like an aqua color or something. Let's try a different color for this table. Part of the table, that is. We don't really want the table to be the thing that stands out. The big thing on Art Deco artwork is that it doesn't, or it really makes sure not to let the thing pop that you don't want to pop. So that in this picture, for example, it wouldn't necessarily be the table. Okay, what if we did this? That works. Now it works in the sketch. I had the shimmer going in that direction, but I think it works better if it's against the rest of the perspective. Okay. All right. Now this is going to be filled with black. And then if you made this into a okay, we have to merge this, I guess. Unless we, does it work like this? If I made this into a clipping mask? No, it doesn't work. This cannot itself be a clipping mask, apparently. Unless it became a smart object? No, but now it's merged anyway. Yeah, I truly don't understand how Photoshop works in most respects. There we go. But now when I turn this off, so it can't be used independently of, it doesn't matter. If we just use this as a clipping mask, it should do the same thing. Nope. All right, again, we're just gonna do the old-fashioned way. I don't care. I actually don't like the table being reflective on the edge of the table. So all of this hologram stuff, let's just see what it looks like if we color overlaid it with yellow. Or wait, we don't want, we want the, we want to have separate things for these. The data itself might even have different stuff, you know, based on which data it is. The data can be it doesn't really stick out. So the next thing we're going to do is work on the colors. Now that we have everything is assigned a color, We also want to fix whatever's going on here because that's not very good looking. Neither is this. Maybe we'll try to come up with some visual language for like where these things are coming out of. It could even be that these things are coming from his hands because they are both kind of assigned to the area where his hand is, although this one doesn't. Should we make it like a red? The idea in this section of the book is that the robot is looking for the answer to like a equation that somebody wants it to plug in and it can't figure it out is actually what ends up happening. So there might be some aspect where we want to like show that with maybe like red text or something. We'll figure out the rest of that, but I think for now we have a pretty strong first pass, and it's all like flat colors, and now we're going to add the texture and define the rest of whatever needs to be defined. It's a cool one though. This one is my own kind of composition. It's a little bit empty on this side, but I don't know, I kind of like the way that it lays out, and the emptiness allows you to kind of like focus on like, oh, what's the, this looks just kind of like a regular little design to flourish until you think about like, oh, maybe that's what connects to his little stand or whatever. I don't know. I like it. That's going to do it, ladies and gents. The channel is called The Voice of Nick. If you want to see more, don't forget to follow, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.